What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the DMA channel. Thank you guys for joining once again. Today's GFUEL flavor can of the day that we're going to be reviewing here today, guys, is going to be another video game franchise, and it's going to be a flavor that I was pretty interested in back then when I first got the tub into it, and then having the can with it, it had a very big difference with it. So today we're going to be reviewing the Blue Bomber himself, in the name, Megaman's Blue Bomber Slushee flavor. So here it is, guys. Here's the can as usual, and we'll give you a closer look right about now. Alrighty, guys, here's a closer look at the Blue Bomber Slushee can. As you can see right here, it's a very nice design all around, all blue bordered, and you have Mega Man himself right there with the Mega Man logo below. And little neat thing about it, it's a little like icon of Mega Man in that little corner right there. So that is really cool. So far so cool. I do like the can design. And like always with the older ones, they do have a 300 milligram caffeine in it, which is, to me, still not my favorite part about it. But yeah, there it is. And I have the older version of the can. I'm not saying it's older, but it is back then in like, what, 2023 or something like that. But I do want to show the difference because there is basically a big difference with these new cans and these older cans. And yeah, you can see it right there. The color is way more different. This one's more shinier. This one just has more color popping into it. So yeah, if you guys want to see a closer look at the older one that I have back in, like, I don't know, let's say, this was back in it expired in 2024. So yeah, this is very much back then, 2022 or even 2023 back then. But yeah, same thing, just this one just has more colors popping off to it, just like I said before. There it is, the newer one and the older one. Again, that's just how it is, I guess, nowadays. More shinier and less poppier, you know? But yeah, that is a closer look at the Blue Bomber Slushee Mega Man can. So after looking at the closer look of Blue Bomber Slushee, this flavor has released, including with the tubs, around 2022 of May, and I think the Supreme Hydration came out a little bit later. So yeah, this is basically a Blue Raspberry Slushee with some vanilla into it, I believe. It's very weird how they describe it in this way, because when I had the can the first time ever I had this, it had more of a vanilla like taste into it, if I can remember back then, than the Blue Raspberry. With the energy tub itself, it does have a Blue Raspberry Slushee taste into it, less vanilla-ish. But yeah, I remember this being such a hard vanilla taste. But who knows? Again, this is from the Dollar Tree. Most flavors of the cans are in the Dollar Trees, as I stated before, just like Tetris Blast. And the Tetris Blast that we had last video, if you guys haven't seen it, check that out in the corner. This corner, I believe, this time, if I can make it right. That one just, to me, I think it was flat, and hopefully with this one won't be as flat as usual, because again, I think these newer versions just don't hit the same anymore. But again, that could just be me being wrong back then and be like, oh, I guess it is basically the same thing. Who knows? But yeah, let's get right into Blue Bomber Slushee. And before we crack this open, just like always, these older cans back then, the first original times, they are 300 milligrams of caffeine. Some of them have 140. I wish this one was 140 because I feel like I could finish it, even though 300 milligrams I probably am. Because the last time I had a Tetris Blast, got a headache after that. The crash went down for me because I'm not used to handling 300. But who cares? Let's just crack into it. All right, first crack is probably gonna explode like usual. Wasn't as bad as the rest, but all right. Let's give it a smell of Blue Bomber Slushee. And I'll probably will, since I do have the tub of it and the Supreme Hydration, I can definitely compare if it's almost the same smell or not. So here we go. This is going to be Blue Bomber Slushee in the can smell. Here we go. I'm not really getting nothing, I'll be honest. I'm not getting nothing out of it. Maybe my nose senses ain't working today, I don't know, but I ain't getting nothing out of it. Let me just make sure. Let me smell the hydration real quick if that's on the top. Nope, it works. Damn, I really gotta start using these Supreme Hydrations because I'm not really a big fan of hydration formulas when it comes to GFUEL. Oh, yeah, this one does remind me of that freaking Blue Raspberry smell. But yeah, right now, I'm really getting nothing. I'm telling you right now, if I can smell both of these and I can't get anything out of this, then yeah, you're not getting nothing out of Blue Bomber Slushee, out of smell. I used to remember I used to have like a vanilla smell. But no, can't get into it. So yeah, here we go, guys. This is going to be the Blue Bomber Slushee review from now on. Got no smell, can't describe it. So here we go, guys. Cheers. Blue Raspberry Vanilla. Okay, okay, it's okay. Excuse me. Okay, right now, I feel like this one, it does feel a lot better than the rest of the 300 milligrams caffeine. I think this one does hit it out of the park a little bit. Because it does, the taste, you of course you get that blue raspberry taste into it, that blue raspberry kind of slushy taste. Ooh, and it kind of reminds me of the smell of the powder and the, yeah, it kind of does remind me of that. And of course at the very end you get a very smooth vanilla essence at the very end, and honestly it kind of works together pretty well. You know what it reminds me of? Both the smell and that taste. It reminds me of those like fire hydrant, you know, that kind of candy spray-ons. It reminds me of that, but the blue raspberry version, of course. But yeah, right away you get a very, very strong blue raspberry taste, kind of candy-ish a little bit, but it reminds you of that slushie, or to me, that candy spray-on. And then at the very end, you get a very smooth essence of that vanilla coming at the very end. And I'm really enjoying it so far. Probably better than Tetris Blast. I think right now it's better than Tetris Blast for sure. All right, yeah, so far, I think every sip I'm taking right now, you do get that very blue raspberry taste, and then of course, very end, that just the vanilla essence at the end. So, let's see where I can put this into this tier list. I think I do have it in my tier list, if I believe last time, it's been a while, but we'll see. Will this go up or down? Let's get right into it. All right, guys, after taking a look at the tier list of the canned versions, I have originally placed Blue Bomber Slushee back then before I got to this video, in the good tier section. Now I decided to go a little bit more up. I decided to put it in the really good section of the tier list, and I was gonna put it over behind Jason's Flavor. I was really close on going if it's gonna be over Jason's Flavor or not, but after a few sips off camera with the Blue Bomber Slushee, I just feel like, to me, every sip that you're gonna keep going and going and going with this flavor, I think it's gonna lose its blue raspberry taste, and then it's gonna get more vanilla taste, because right now I'm just like, you're getting less of it each time and you're getting more of that vanilla flavor essence. And of course, maybe because I keep drinking it continuously, maybe if you let it go for a little bit, then maybe you can have again that feeling of the blue raspberry and the vanilla. But right now, like after a few sips, it's just like I'm just getting just vanilla, little bit hint of blue raspberry, not the beginning part of like you definitely get the blue raspberry and then you get to hit the vanilla. But now it's just little hint of blue raspberry and then just automatically to vanilla. So after that part, I decided to just put out the behind Jason's Flavor at the low end of the really good section of the GFUEL can tier list. Yes, it did get at the good tier list because again, I just think that it really did hit out of the park with that first taste. It felt really good, but then afterwards, it's just gonna be a little bit hint of blue raspberry, and then of course that plain old vanilla, which again, I'm not complaining right here and there. I could definitely drink this over like the other flavors behind it. I think it's way better, especially Tetris Blast, right? If I had to choose Tetris Blast or the Blue Bomber Slushee himself, I would just automatically choose Blue Bomber Slushee because I just think like that's a better option. Because again, I could have gotten a bad can out of the Tetris Blast, it could have been flat. I don't know, but yeah, so far Blue Bomber Slushee is just, it's gonna be either a hit or miss for you. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, let's give it a final conclusion on this flavor and give it its point system ranking. So let's go into that one next. Alright guys, let's give it its final taste test on this and give you my pros and cons, etc. and point final system ranking for Blue Bomber Slushee. So yeah, here we go guys. Blue raspberry vanilla slushie flavor. Here we go guys. Cheers one last time. So yeah, hypothetically, if I had to say it, in the beginning when you first crack it open, you're gonna get that blue raspberry taste. To me, it kind of tastes like that fire hydrant candy to me, those spray-ons. And it can kind of a little bit similar to a slushie itself of blue raspberry, but to me it just reminds you of that. So yeah, you're gonna get that right in the beginning, and then over time you're gonna have that vanilla essence coming at the very end. But like I said before, if you keep drinking it like every I don't know, every 30 seconds or so, like every sip, you're gonna get more of a vanilla taste, more than a blue raspberry. But if you let it go just for a little bit, like I just did right now, I think you're gonna get more of a blue raspberry taste. And then of course, like the same thing in the beginning. I think that's how it's gonna happen. But if you just keep drinking it, yeah, you're gonna definitely get a lot of vanilla coming in at it. Okay, and it's not a problem for me. I can keep drinking it, no problem. But again, it comes to a point where you want just like, again, more of an even blue raspberry and the vanilla flavoring coming in. So But pros to this one, I just think that the pros is going to definitely be the flavoring on this. I think the flavoring of the blue raspberry and the vanilla really works together really well here on the can. And it really does give it its flavor, like, of course, like, not like other flavors are just like, damn, this barely tastes like it, or just like anything like that. Like, some of them were pretty like, oh, I can't finish it like that. But this one, this is definitely one that I could definitely finish off right off the hand right now. The flavoring's good, etc. Cons to this, I really don't got anything to say that's con. Again, maybe the way it's, I can't really complain the way I'm saying that, like, hey, you're gonna get more vanilla if you keep drinking it. That's gonna be just probably the part on you or me if you keep drinking it. So again, I'm not gonna really say anything about the cons on this one. There's nothing I can really complain. So the only pros again is the flavoring. That's all I can say about Blue Bomber Slushee when it comes to the pros and cons. Thank you, Jeff, for writing all that down. A lot of yapping here and there. So let's give it its final point system ranking. Honestly, since it went up in the really good system ranking, right behind Jason's flavor and all those other ones, again, those are going to be better flavors in my opinion when it comes to picking up these flavors. And again, there's other 300 milligrams caffeine flavors that are a lot better. You got Sage Mode, of course, you got Clickbait, you got Sub-Zero's ice, forgot what it's called, but it's a lemonade blueberry flavor. So we're basically just going to give Blue Bomber Slushee a 7.3 around there. I think I'm just gonna give it a light 7.3. Maybe what did I like to give a 7.5? Maybe it's the way if I'm being like kind of picky about how it's like, oh, if I keep drinking it, it's gonna be more vanilla. That's just gonna be on my part. So I'm just gonna give Blue Bomber Slushee a 7.6 out of 10. I'm just gonna leave it as that. I think it does knock it out of the park, like I said before, when you get the first couple sips in. But if you keep drinking it, it's just gonna plain old vanilla. Nothing much with a little bit hints of there. But yeah, I think it's really great. And yeah, we're just going to give Blue Bomber Slushee a 7.6 out of 10. That's just going to be on me, I guess, in the lower end of the really good section. Again, you got a lot of tons of flavors to pick out from, especially Carnage, man. That Carnage flavor, I miss it, man. I really do miss the black cherry flavor of GFUEL. Please, GFUEL, bring that back. That is one of the best flavors I've had when it comes to cans and the powder. That thing was amazing. I hope they bring that back later on. So do I really recommend this flavor to pick up if you see it on Dollar Tree or even if it appears at gas stations? Honestly, yes, I think this is really big. I think this is a really better option than maybe Toucher Splash. Again, if I had to get Toucher Splash again, I would definitely do a rerun on that one. But way better than Toucher Splash and all the other ones for sure. Berry Bomb, maybe even PewDiePie. I probably gotta say this is better than PewDiePie. But yeah, I do recommend maybe picking this up for you guys that like, of course, blue raspberry flavors. And if I had to compare one, definitely better than Chug Rug. Again, that's another, I think, sour blue raspberry flavor, and this is just a better option. This one just got a little bit more vanilla into it. So if you're a fan of more of a vanilla, then this is the one for you guys. This is definitely the one. But if you're like a blue raspberry fanatic, then yeah, Blue Bomber Slushee is the one for you to pick up when it comes to convenience stores, etc. So yeah, guys, that's gonna really do it about here on this Blue Bomber Slushee can version review. Maybe in the future, I'll definitely review the energy tub, more than likely I will, and the Supreme Hydration flavor, because we have yet to do a hydration review on this channel. Because like I said before, I'm not really a big fan of the hydration flavors itself. I think this might be the better option still when it comes to hydration, because the other ones I have tried were probably, I think it was PewDiePie and Shock's flavor. And it's just basically a more watered down version of these flavors. So again, that's going to be basically on their video. I'm not going to talk about it here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, do all the shenanigans. Tell me your thoughts on this flavor. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Let me know, guys. And I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, check out.